Picture this. You're standing in the shadow of crumbling stone walls, the air thick with the weight of centuries. A faint whisper brushes past your ear, and for a moment you feel the presence of something unseen. This is no ordinary place. These are the ruins where history and the supernatural collide, where the echoes of medieval ghost stories still linger, refusing to be forgotten. Welcome to a journey through 25 haunting tales that have transcended time, whispered from one generation to the next, each one a chilling reminder of the past that refuses to rest. These stories are more than just legends. They are windows into a world where the line between history and mystery blurs, where the walls of ancient castles and abbeys hold secrets that even time cannot erase. From phantom monks to headless horsemen, these ghostly figures are not just figments of imagination. They are the echoes of lives lived, lost, and sometimes tragically cut short. Why do these stories still captivate us? Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown, the allure of stepping into a world where the past feels alive, or the eerie possibility that these spirits might still walk among us. Whatever the reason, these medieval ghost stories continue to haunt not just the ruins they call home, but our imaginations as well. So, are you ready to step into the shadows and uncover the chilling tales that still echo in the stones of these ancient places? Let's begin. Now, let's step into the misty ruins of Whitby Abbey, perched high on a cliff overlooking the North Sea in England. This ancient abbey, with its skeletal remains of Gothic arches, is not just a relic of medieval architecture, it's also the haunting ground of a spectral figure known as the Phantom Monk. Whitby Abbey's history stretches back to the 7th century, when it was founded by the Anglo-Saxon King Oswy. Over the centuries, it became a center of religious life, only to fall into ruin after Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries in the 16th century. But it seems not all who once walked these halls have left. The Phantom Monk is said to be the restless spirit of a devout man who met a tragic end within the abbey's walls. According to legend, the monk fell in love with a local woman, breaking his vows of celibacy. When their forbidden relationship was discovered, he was punished severely, leading to his untimely death. Now his ghost roams the ruins, his mournful chants echoing through the empty corridors, as if seeking redemption or perhaps the love he lost. Visitors to Whitby Abbey have reported chilling encounters with the Phantom Monk. Some claim to have seen his shadowy figure gliding silently among the ruins, while others have heard his sorrowful chants carried on the wind, even when no one else is around. The Abbey's eerie atmosphere is heightened by its connection to Bram Stoker's Gothic masterpiece, Dracula. It was here, inspired by the Abbey's haunting beauty, that Stoker imagined the infamous Count Dracula arriving in England, transforming into a dog and bounding up the Abbey's steps. The Phantom Monk's story is a poignant reminder of the human emotions that linger long after life has ended. His presence adds a layer of mystery to Whitby Abbey, drawing in those who seek to feel the weight of history and perhaps to catch a glimpse of the past that refuses to fade. As we leave the Abbey's shadowy ruins behind, the mournful chants of the monk seem to follow, a ghostly echo of a tale as old as the stones themselves. Now let's journey to the rugged hills of Dorset, where the crumbling remains of Corfe Castle stand as a silent witness to centuries of history and heartbreak. This medieval fortress, once a symbol of power and prestige, is now home to one of England's most enduring ghostly legends, the White Lady. Corfe Castle's story begins in the 11th century, built by William the Conqueror as a strategic stronghold. Over the years, it played a pivotal role in England's turbulent history, from royal intrigues to the bloody conflicts of the English Civil War. But it's not just the castle's military past that captures the imagination. It's the tragic tale of betrayal that haunts its ruins to this day. The legend of the White Lady centers around a young woman named Lady Joan, who lived during the reign of King John in the 13th century. Joan was deeply in love with a knight, but her father, the castle's constable, disapproved of their union. When the knight was imprisoned in the castle's dungeon, Joan secretly brought him food and water, risking everything to keep him alive. But her father discovered her betrayal and, in a fit of rage, sealed the knight in the dungeon, leaving him to starve. Heartbroken and consumed by guilt, Joan threw herself from the castle's highest tower, her white dress billowing like a ghostly shroud as she fell. Since that fateful day, the White Lady has been seen wandering the ruins, her spectral form gliding silently through the crumbling walls and empty courtyards. Visitors have reported feeling an inexplicable chill in the air, even on the warmest days, and some claim to have seen her ghostly figure standing atop the tower, gazing out over the landscape as if searching for her lost love. The atmosphere at Corfe Castle is undeniably eerie, with its jagged stone walls and sweeping views of the surrounding countryside. The castle's ruins seem to whisper stories of the past, and the legend of the White Lady adds a haunting layer to its already rich history. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the sense of melancholy that lingers here, a poignant reminder of love, loss, and the enduring power of the human spirit. As we leave the shadow of Corfe Castle behind, the image of the White Lady lingers in the mind, a spectral figure forever tied to the stones of this ancient fortress. Her story is a testament to the emotions that transcend time, echoing through the ruins and reminding us that some tales are never truly forgotten. Now we turn our gaze to the misty landscapes of Ireland, where the ancient stones of Leap Castle hold secrets darker than the night itself. This fortress, steeped in bloodshed and betrayal, is said to be haunted by one of the most fearsome specters in medieval lore, the Headless Horseman. Leap Castle's history is as turbulent as the storms that sweep across the Irish countryside. Built in the late 15th century, it became a stronghold for the O'Carroll clan, a family notorious for their ruthless ambition. The castle's most infamous feature, the Bloody Chapel, earned its name from a gruesome act of fratricide. Legend has it that during a power struggle, one O'Carroll brother murdered another in the chapel during Mass, staining its walls with blood and cursing the castle forever. But the horrors of Leap Castle don't end there. The Headless Horseman, a spectral figure clad in tattered armor, is said to ride through the ruins, his presence heralded by the sound of galloping hooves and the clatter of chains. Witnesses describe an overwhelming sense of dread as the horseman appears, his headless form a chilling reminder of the violence that once consumed this place. Some believe he is the ghost of a soldier who met a brutal end during one of the castle's many sieges, while others claim he is a manifestation of the castle's cursed past. Visitors to Leap Castle often speak of an oppressive atmosphere, as if the very stones are alive with the echoes of suffering. Many have reported sudden drops in temperature, unexplained whispers, and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. One account tells of a group of tourists who fled the castle in terror after hearing the unmistakable sound of a horse's hooves echoing through the empty halls, only to find no trace of an animal or its rider. The Headless Horseman of Leap Castle is more than just a ghost story. It's a haunting reminder of the violence and chaos that shaped this ancient fortress. As we move deeper into the shadows of medieval history, the chilling tales of these ruins continue to captivate and terrify, proving that some legends are as enduring as the stones they haunt. Now, let us journey to the heart of the Czech Republic, where the enigmatic Houska castle stands as a monument to the unknown. Unlike most castles built for defense or residence, Houska castle's purpose has long puzzled historians. Legend claims it was constructed not to keep invaders out, but to seal something in a gateway to hell itself. This chilling tale is intertwined with the haunting presence of the crying woman, whose sorrowful wails are said to reverberate through the castle's ancient walls. Houska Castle's architecture only deepens the mystery. Its design is peculiar, with no nearby water source, no fortifications, and no kitchens, features essential for a functioning fortress. Instead, the castle's most striking feature is a deep, seemingly bottomless pit in its chapel, rumored to be the very portal to the underworld. Stories tell of strange creatures emerging from the pit in centuries past, and of prisoners lowered into its depths never to return. Amidst this eerie backdrop, the legend of the crying woman takes center stage. Her ghostly figure is often seen wandering the castle's halls, her mournful cries echoing through the ruins. Some say she was a noblewoman who lost her child to the darkness of the pit, while others believe she is a spirit bound to the castle, forever lamenting its cursed origins. Visitors have reported hearing her sobs late at night, accompanied by an overwhelming sense of despair that lingers long after the sounds fade. Houska Castle's reputation as one of the most haunted places in Europe is well earned. Beyond the crying woman, the site is rife with paranormal activity. Unexplained shadows dart through its corridors, disembodied voices whisper in empty rooms, and the air grows unnaturally cold without warning. One particularly chilling account tells of a photographer who captured an image of the pit, only to find a ghostly hand reaching out from the darkness when the photo was developed. The crying woman of Houska Castle is more than a ghost story. She is a symbol of the castle's dark and mysterious past. As we explore these ruins, we are reminded that some places are not merely haunted by spirits, but by the weight of their own history. The echoes of her cries serve as a haunting reminder that the line between our world and the unknown is thinner than we might think. Now, let us turn our attention to the misty highlands of Scotland, where the ancient Glomys Castle stands as a testament to both history and haunting. Known as the setting that inspired Shakespeare's Macbeth, this castle is steeped in tales of tragedy and spectral sightings. Among its many ghostly residents, the Grey Lady is perhaps the most famous, her sorrowful presence lingering in the castle's shadowed halls. Glomys Castle's connection to Macbeth adds a layer of literary intrigue to its already rich history. While the play is a work of fiction, the castle's real-life drama is no less compelling. The Grey Lady, believed to be the spirit of Lady Janet Douglas, is said to haunt the chapel within the castle. Her story is one of betrayal and heartbreak. Accused of witchcraft by King James V, Lady Janet was burned at the stake in the 16th century, her life cut short by political intrigue and false accusations. Her ghost is said to wander the chapel, her mournful figure a reminder of the injustice she endured. Modern-day visitors to Glomys Castle often report eerie encounters with the Grey Lady. Many have described seeing her ghostly form gliding through the chapel, her head bowed in sorrow. Others have heard the faint sound of weeping, a sound that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The atmosphere in the chapel is often described as heavy, as if the weight of her grief still lingers in the air. Some have even claimed to feel an unseen presence brushing past them, a chilling reminder that the past is never truly gone. Beyond the Grey Lady, Glomys Castle is known for its otherworldly aura. The castle's long, winding corridors and hidden rooms have fueled countless ghost stories, from phantom footsteps echoing in empty halls to the mysterious monster of Glomys, a secret said to have been locked away within the castle's walls. Yet, it is the Grey Lady who remains the most enduring figure, her story a poignant blend of history and legend. As we explore the ruins of Glomys Castle, we are reminded that some places are not just haunted by spirits but by the echoes of their past. The Grey Lady's presence serves as a haunting reminder of the human stories that linger long after their time, her sorrow etched into the very stones of the castle. And so, the tale of Glomys Castle continues to captivate, a blend of history, tragedy, and the supernatural that keeps its secrets alive. Now, let us journey to the rugged landscapes of Devon, England, where the crumbling ruins of Bury Pomeroy Castle hold a tale as dark as the shadows that cling to its ancient stones. This castle, once a symbol of power and prestige, is now infamous for its spectral inhabitants, none more chilling than the black dog of Bury Pomeroy. The legend of the Black Dog is deeply rooted in the castle's history, a history marked by betrayal, tragedy, and untimely deaths. Built in the late 15th century, Bury Pomeroy Castle was once the stronghold of the Pomeroy family, a noble lineage that eventually fell into ruin. Over the centuries, the castle became a place of mystery, its decaying walls whispering stories of the supernatural. Among these tales, the Black Dog stands out as a harbinger of doom, a ghostly hound said to appear before disaster strikes. Described as a massive, shadowy creature with glowing red eyes, the Black Dog is said to roam the castle grounds, its presence sending shivers down the spines of those who encounter it. Visitors have reported seeing the spectral hound darting through the ruins, vanishing into thin air as quickly as it appears. Some have even claimed to hear its low, guttural growl echoing through the empty halls, a sound that chills the blood and quickens the pulse. The origins of the Black Dog are shrouded in mystery, but many believe it is tied to the castle's darker history. Some say it is the spirit of a loyal hound that died defending its master, while others believe it is a manifestation of the castle's tragic past, a symbol of the suffering and death that once plagued its halls. Whatever its origins, the Black Dog has become a central figure in Bury Pomeroy's haunted reputation, drawing ghost hunters and curious visitors from far and wide. Bury Pomeroy Castle is often cited as one of the most haunted places in Britain, and the Black Dog is just one of many spectral figures said to haunt its ruins. From the ghostly White Lady who is said to wander the castle's tower, to the eerie cries that echo through its empty chambers, the castle is a place where the past feels unnervingly present. Yet, it is the Black Dog that leaves the most lasting impression, its ominous presence a reminder that some stories are never truly laid to rest. As we step into the shadow of Bury Pomeroy Castle, we are reminded that some legends are more than just stories. They are echoes of a time long gone, whispers of lives and tragedies that continue to haunt the present. The Black Dog, with its glowing eyes and spectral form, is a chilling reminder that the past is never far behind and that some secrets are best left undisturbed. Now, let us turn our attention to the quiet countryside of Dorset, where the ruins of Betterscombe Manor hold a tale so strange it defies explanation. Here, amidst the crumbling walls and overgrown gardens, lies the legend of the Screaming Skull, a relic said to carry a curse so powerful that it has terrified generations. The story begins with the skull itself, believed to belong to a young enslaved man who died far from his homeland. According to the tale, he made a dying wish to be buried in his native land, but his remains were instead interred at Betterscombe Manor. It is said that his spirit, unable to rest, began to haunt the manor, and the skull became the focal point of his unrest. Over time, the skull gained a reputation for its eerie behavior, with reports of spine-chilling screams echoing through the ruins whenever it was disturbed. The curse of the Screaming Skull is said to bring misfortune to anyone who attempts to remove it from the manor. One such account tells of a family who, tired of the skull's haunting presence, decided to bury it in a nearby churchyard. That night, the manor was filled with unearthly wails, and the family was plagued by strange occurrences, objects moving on their own, doors slamming shut, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Terrified, they returned the skull to the manor, and the disturbances ceased. Another story involves a group of researchers who, skeptical of the legend, took the skull to a laboratory for examination. Almost immediately, they reported hearing blood-curdling screams and experiencing a series of inexplicable accidents. One researcher claimed to see the skull's hollow eye sockets glowing with an otherworldly light before it vanished from the lab and reappeared at the manor, as if it had a will of its own. The Screaming Skull of Betterscombe Manor remains one of the most baffling and terrifying ghost stories in England. Its origins, steeped in tragedy and mystery, continue to captivate those who dare to visit the ruins. The skull's eerie screams and the misfortunes that follow those who disturb it serve as a chilling reminder that some relics are best left untouched, their secrets buried in the past. As we leave the haunting grounds of Bettiscombe Manor, we are reminded that the line between history and legend is often blurred, and that some stories, no matter how strange, refuse to be forgotten. The Screaming Skull, with its unearthly cries and cursed legacy, stands as a testament to the enduring power of the supernatural, a whisper from the past that still echoes in the present. Now we journey to the windswept hills of Northumberland, where the imposing ruins of Chillingham Castle stand as a stark reminder of a darker time. This medieval fortress, with its grim history as a torture chamber, is said to be haunted by the spirits of children, their laughter and cries echoing through its ancient halls. The story of the ghostly children is one of sorrow and mystery. According to local legend, the castle was once the site of unimaginable cruelty, where prisoners were subjected to unspeakable horrors. Among these victims were children whose lives were cut short within the castle's cold stone walls. It is said that their spirits, unable to find peace, remained trapped within the ruins, forever reliving the innocence they lost. Visitors to Chillingham Castle have reported chilling encounters with these ghostly children. Some claim to have seen small figures darting through the shadows, their laughter ringing out in the empty corridors. Others have heard the faint sound of crying, a mournful wail that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. These eerie sightings often leave visitors with a profound sense of unease, as if they have glimpsed a world beyond our own. One particularly haunting account comes from a group of paranormal investigators who spent a night in the castle. As they explored the ruins, they captured what they believed to be the voices of children, whispering and giggling in the darkness. Later, when they reviewed their recordings, they were stunned to hear the faint sound of a child's voice pleading, "Help me." The investigators described the experience as both heartbreaking and terrifying, a stark reminder of the castle's tragic past. The ghostly children of Chillingham Castle serve as a poignant reminder of the lives lost within its walls. Their laughter and cries, though unsettling, also evoke a sense of compassion, as if they are reaching out across the centuries, seeking comfort and understanding. As we leave the haunting grounds of Chillingham Castle, we are reminded that the echoes of the past are not always loud or violent. Sometimes they are soft and sorrowful, a whisper of innocence lost to time. The ghostly children, with their playful laughter and mournful cries, remind us that even in the darkest places, there is a story waiting to be heard. Next, we turn our attention to the rolling hills of Northern Ireland, where the ruins of Ballagally Castle hold another tale of spectral sorrow, but that is a story for another time. Now we cross the Irish Sea to the rugged coastline of Northern Ireland, where the ruins of Ballagally Castle stand as a haunting testament to a love story gone tragically wrong. This ancient fortress, perched near the shores of the North Channel, is said to be home to the Lady in Red, a spectral figure whose presence has both intrigued and unsettled visitors for centuries. The tale of the Lady in Red begins in the 17th century, during a time when Ballagally Castle was a bustling stronghold. According to legend, the lady was the wife of a cruel and jealous lord who ruled the castle. Consumed by suspicion, he accused her of infidelity and locked her away in one of the tower rooms. Desperate to escape, she attempted to climb down from the tower but tragically fell to her death. Her spirit, clad in the red dress she wore that fateful night, is said to have haunted the castle ever since, forever searching for the freedom she was denied in life. Over the years, numerous sightings of the Lady in Red have been reported by those who have dared to explore the castle's ruins. Visitors have described seeing a figure in a flowing red gown, her face pale and sorrowful, wandering the halls or standing at the tower window where she met her untimely end. Some have even claimed to hear the faint sound of her weeping, a mournful echo that seems to linger in the air long after it fades. One particularly chilling account comes from a group of tourists who stayed overnight in the castle. As they explored the ruins by candlelight, they suddenly felt a cold breeze sweep through the room, extinguishing their candles. In the darkness, they saw the faint outline of a woman in red, her eyes filled with an indescribable sadness. Before they could react, she vanished, leaving them shaken but deeply moved by the encounter. Ballygally Castle's reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity has only grown over the years. Paranormal investigators and ghost hunters have flocked to the site, hoping to capture evidence of the Lady in Red's presence. Many have reported strange occurrences, from unexplained cold spots to the sound of footsteps echoing in empty corridors. These experiences have cemented the castle's place as one of Northern Ireland's most haunted locations. The Lady in Red story is one of heartbreak and longing, a reminder of the enduring power of love and loss. Her presence, though eerie, also evokes a sense of empathy, as if her spirit is reaching out for the compassion and understanding she was denied in life. As we leave the haunting grounds of Ballygally Castle, we are reminded that the echoes of the past are not always loud or violent. Sometimes they are soft and sorrowful, a whisper of love lost to time. The Lady in Red, with her tragic tale and spectral presence, reminds us that even in the darkest places, there is a story waiting to be heard. Next, we venture to the misty highlands of Scotland, where the ruins of Duntroon Castle hold another tale of spectral sorrow. But that is a story for another time. Now, let us journey to the misty highlands of Scotland, where the ancient stones of Duntroon Castle stand as a silent witness to a haunting melody that has echoed through the centuries. This fortress, perched on the shores of Loch Crinan, is said to be home to the Phantom Piper, a spectral musician whose mournful tunes continue to drift through the ruins, captivating and chilling all who hear them. The story of the Phantom Piper dates back to the turbulent days of clan warfare in Scotland. Duntroon Castle, once a stronghold of the powerful MacDougall clan, was a place of both refuge and conflict. According to legend, the Piper was a loyal servant of the MacDougalls, sent to play a tune that would signal the success of a daring raid against their enemies. However, the raid ended in disaster, and the Piper, left behind as a lookout, was captured by the opposing forces. In a cruel twist of fate, the Piper's captors severed his hands, ensuring he could never play again. Despite this horrific act, the Piper's spirit is said to have endured, his music continuing to resonate through the castle's ruins. Visitors to Duntroon Castle have reported hearing the faint strains of a pipe tune, drifting on the wind or echoing through the empty halls. The melody is often described as hauntingly beautiful, yet tinged with an unmistakable sorrow, as if the Piper's spirit is still trying to fulfill his duty. One particularly eerie account comes from a group of historians who spent a night in the castle. As they explored the ruins by torchlight, they suddenly heard the unmistakable sound of bagpipes, though no living piper was present. The music seemed to come from all directions at once, growing louder and more intense before fading into silence. The historians later described the experience as both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling, a reminder of the castle's tragic past. Duntroon Castle's connection to the MacDougall clan adds another layer of intrigue to the tale. The castle's history is steeped in the clan's rise and fall, their battles and alliances shaping the fate of the Highlands. The Phantom Piper's story is not just a ghostly legend, but a poignant reminder of the loyalty and sacrifice that defined this turbulent era. Today, the ruins of Duntroon Castle remain a place of mystery and melancholy. The Phantom Piper's music, whether real or imagined, continues to draw visitors from near and far, each hoping to catch a glimpse of the past or hear the echoes of a tune that has transcended time. His story is one of loyalty, loss, and the enduring power of music, a melody that refuses to be silenced. As we leave the haunting shores of Loch Crinan, we are reminded that the past is never truly gone. It lingers in the stones, the wind, and the music that whispers through the ruins, a timeless echo of lives lived and lost. The Phantom Piper's tale is a haunting reminder that even in silence, the past has a voice and it is waiting to be heard. Next, we turn our attention to the eerie corridors of Borley Rectory, where the ghostly nun's tragic story awaits, but that is a tale for another time. Now we step into the shadowy world of Borley Rectory, a place shrouded in mystery and often referred to as the most haunted house in England. Nestled in the quiet village of Borley in Essex, this eerie structure has long been a magnet for ghost hunters and thrill-seekers alike, drawn by the chilling tales of the ghostly nun who is said to wander its ruins. The story of the ghostly nun begins in the 19th century, when the rectory was first built on the site of an ancient monastery. According to legend, the nun's tragic tale dates back even further, to a time when she fell in love with a monk from the monastery. Their forbidden romance was discovered, and the monk was executed, while the heartbroken nun was walled up alive within the monastery's walls. Her restless spirit is said to have haunted the grounds ever since, her sorrowful figure often seen gliding through the ruins, her face veiled and her hands clasped in prayer. Borley Rectory's reputation as a paranormal hotspot grew in the early 20th century, when the family living there reported frequent and unsettling encounters with the nun's apparition. Doors would slam shut on their own, footsteps echoed through empty hallways, and the sound of ghostly weeping filled the air. One of the most chilling accounts comes from the daughter of the rector, who claimed to have seen the nun's ghostly figure standing at the edge of the garden, her mournful gaze fixed on the rectory. The rectory's notoriety reached new heights in the 1930s, when paranormal investigator Harry Price conducted a series of investigations at the site. Price documented numerous strange occurrences, including unexplained knocking sounds, objects moving on their own, and even messages scrawled on walls by an unseen hand. One particularly eerie incident involved a séance, during which a spirit claimed to be the ghostly nun and revealed details about her tragic past. Price's investigations brought Borley Rectory into national attention, cementing its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the world. Despite the rectory's destruction by fire in 1939, the sightings of the ghostly nun have not ceased. Visitors to the ruins have reported seeing her spectral figure wandering among the crumbling walls, her presence accompanied by an overwhelming sense of sadness. Some have even claimed to hear her whispered prayers carried on the wind like a mournful lament. Borley Rectory's story is more than just a ghostly legend. It is a haunting reminder of love, loss, and the enduring power of the past. The ghostly nun's tragic tale continues to captivate and unsettle, her presence a testament to the mysteries that linger in the shadows of history. As we leave the haunted ruins of Borley Rectory, we are reminded that some stories are never truly finished. The echoes of the past remain, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to listen. Next, we journey to the windswept hills of Cumbria, where the Headless Earl of Muncaster Castle awaits to share his gruesome tale. Now, we turn our gaze to the rugged landscapes of Cumbria, where the haunting ruins of Muncaster Castle stand as a silent witness to centuries of history and tragedy. Among its many ghostly tales, the story of the Headless Earl is perhaps the most chilling. This spectral figure, said to roam the castle grounds, carries with him a gruesome past that continues to send shivers down the spines of those who dare to visit. Muncaster Castle, perched high above the River Esk, has a history that stretches back over 800 years. Originally built as a medieval fortress, it has seen its fair share of battles, betrayals, and bloodshed. But it is the tale of the Headless Earl that has cemented its reputation as one of England's most haunted sites. According to legend, the Earl met a brutal end during a violent feud in the 16th century. Betrayed by his enemies, he was captured, beheaded, and his headless body was left to rot in the castle's dungeons. His spirit, unable to find peace, is said to wander the ruins searching for his lost head. Visitors to Muncaster Castle have reported numerous eerie encounters with the Headless Earl. Some claim to have seen his ghostly figure pacing the castle's battlements, his headless silhouette stark against the moonlit sky. Others have heard the sound of heavy footsteps echoing through the empty halls, accompanied by the faint clinking of armor. One particularly chilling account comes from a group of paranormal investigators who, while exploring the castle's dungeons, captured what they believed to be the Earl's ghostly voice whispering faintly in the darkness. The castle's reputation as a paranormal hotspot has only grown over the years. Modern-day visitors often speak of an overwhelming sense of unease as they walk through the ruins, as if the Earl's restless spirit is watching their every move. Some have even reported sudden drops in temperature, unexplained shadows darting across the walls, and the feeling of an unseen presence brushing past them. These experiences have made Muncaster Castle a must-visit destination for ghost hunters and thrill-seekers alike. But the Headless Earl is not the only ghost said to haunt these ancient ruins. The castle is also home to a host of other spectral figures, including the White Lady, who is often seen wandering the gardens, and the ghostly figure of a young boy who is said to play in the castle's corridors. Together, these spirits create an atmosphere of lingering dread, a reminder of the castle's dark and turbulent past. As we leave the haunted halls of Muncaster Castle, we are reminded once again that the past is never truly gone. The echoes of history linger in the stones, and the stories of those who came before us continue to captivate and terrify. Next, we journey to the windswept hills of Scotland, where the White Lady of Fyvie Castle awaits to share her tragic tale. Now our journey takes us to the misty hills of Scotland, where the ancient ruins of Fyvie Castle stand as a haunting reminder of a tragic past. Here, the legend of the White Lady has captured the imaginations of visitors for centuries, her ghostly presence weaving a tale of love, betrayal, and a curse that still lingers within the castle walls. Fyvie Castle, with its towering turrets and sprawling grounds, dates back to the 13th century. It has served as a royal residence, a fortress, and a home to some of Scotland's most powerful families. But beneath its grandeur lies a darker history, one marked by the sorrowful tale of the White Lady. According to legend, she was a young woman named Lilias Drummond, who married into the Gordon family, the castle's owners at the time. Her marriage, however, was far from happy. Her husband, Alexander Gordon, grew distant and cold, eventually abandoning her for another woman. Heartbroken and alone, Lilias wasted away, her spirit unable to find peace even in death. It is said that her ghost, dressed in a flowing white gown, roams the castle's halls and staircases, her mournful presence a constant reminder of her tragic fate. Visitors have reported hearing her soft footsteps echoing through the corridors, accompanied by the faint sound of weeping. Some have even claimed to see her ghostly figure standing by the windows, gazing out as if waiting for a love that will never return. One of the most chilling accounts comes from a group of tourists who, while exploring the castle, captured a photograph of what appears to be the White Lady's translucent form standing in the shadows, her expression one of profound sadness. But the White Lady's haunting is not the only mystery tied to Fyvie Castle. The castle is also infamous for the curse of the Weeping Stones. Legend has it that during the construction of the castle, a group of stonemasons was wronged by the castle's owner. In their anger, they placed a curse on the stones, declaring that no firstborn son of the family would ever inherit the castle. Over the centuries, this curse has seemingly held true, with numerous heirs meeting untimely deaths or failing to produce male successors. The stones themselves are said to weep during times of great sorrow or impending doom. Their damp surface is a chilling omen of misfortune. The combination of the White Lady's ghostly presence and the curse of the Weeping Stones has made Fyvie Castle one of Scotland's most haunted and enigmatic sites. Visitors often speak of an eerie atmosphere that permeates the ruins, as if the castle itself is alive with the echoes of its tragic past. Whether it's the sound of Lilias Drummond's weeping or the sight of the damp, weeping stones, the castle's haunting tales continue to captivate and unsettle all who walk its ancient halls. As we leave the sorrowful shadows of Fyvie Castle, we are reminded once again of the power of these medieval ghost stories to connect us with the past. Next, we venture to the windswept hills of Scotland once more, where the ghostly drummer of Corfe Castle awaits to share his haunting tale. Turning our attention to the rugged landscapes of Scotland once more, we arrive at the haunting ruins of Corfe Castle, where the rhythmic beats of a ghostly drummer have echoed through the centuries. This ancient fortress, nestled in the heart of Angus, has a history as rich as it is eerie, with tales of betrayal, tragedy, and spectral phenomena that continue to captivate those who dare to visit. Corfe Castle, originally built in the 15th century, has long been the ancestral home of the Ogilvy family, a prominent Scottish clan. Its towering walls and picturesque setting have witnessed centuries of history, but it is the story of the ghostly drummer that has cemented its reputation as one of Scotland's most haunted sites. According to legend, the drummer was once a loyal servant of the Ogilvy family, tasked with sounding the alarm in times of danger. However, his loyalty was met with treachery. When he discovered a plot against the family, he was silenced in the most brutal way, sewn into his own drum and thrown from the castle's highest tower. Since that fateful day, the sound of ghostly drumming has been reported by countless visitors and residents of the castle. The beats are said to grow louder and more urgent, as if the drummer is trying to warn of impending doom. Some believe that hearing the drumming is an omen of death, particularly for members of the Ogilvy family. One chilling account tells of a guest who, upon hearing the drumming, dismissed it as a prank, only to receive news of a family member's passing shortly after. Others have described the drumming as a mournful rhythm, echoing through the castle's empty halls and corridors, a haunting reminder of the drummer's tragic end. The castle's reputation as a paranormal hotspot has only grown over the years, with many claiming to feel an overwhelming sense of unease while exploring its ruins. Some visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures moving through the castle's grounds, while others have heard whispers and footsteps that seem to follow them as they wander the ancient site. The ghostly drummer, however, remains the most enduring and chilling aspect of Corfe Castle's haunted legacy. As we leave the spectral echoes of Corfe Castle behind, we are reminded once again of the power of these medieval ghost stories to connect us with the past. Next, we journey to the rolling hills of Norfolk, where the phantom bride of Rainham Hall awaits to share her haunting tale. Now, let us step into the misty countryside of Norfolk, where the grand yet crumbling ruins of Rainham Hall hold the sorrowful tale of the phantom bride. This stately home, with its origins dating back to the early 17th century, has long been a place of mystery and intrigue. Its elegant architecture and sprawling grounds have witnessed centuries of history, but it is the legend of the bride in white that has left an indelible mark on its legacy. The story of the Phantom Bride begins with a young woman named Dorothy Walpole, the sister of Britain's first Prime Minister, Robert Walpole. Dorothy's life took a tragic turn when she fell in love with Lord Charles Townshend, a man whose family owned Rainham Hall. Their love story, however, was far from a fairy tale. After their marriage, Dorothy discovered her husband's infidelity and his cruel treatment of her. Heartbroken and trapped in a loveless union, she was eventually confined to the hall, where she died under mysterious circumstances. Some say she fell down the grand staircase, while others believe she was poisoned. Whatever the truth, her spirit is said to have never left Rainham Hall. The Phantom Bride gained worldwide fame in the early 20th century when a photograph of her apparition was captured by two photographers visiting the hall. The image, known as the Brown Lady of Rainham Hall, shows a ghostly figure descending the staircase, draped in a flowing gown. The photograph has been scrutinized for decades, with some claiming it to be a hoax, while others insist it is genuine evidence of the supernatural. Regardless of its authenticity, the image has cemented Dorothy's place in paranormal history. Modern-day visitors to Rainham Hall often report eerie encounters with the Phantom Bride. Some have seen her ghostly figure gliding through the halls, her face veiled and her expression sorrowful. Others have heard the rustle of her gown or felt an icy presence as they explore the ruins. One particularly chilling account tells of a group of tourists who, while touring the hall, suddenly felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Moments later, they claim to see the figure of a woman in white standing at the top of the staircase, only to vanish before their eyes. The atmosphere of Raynham Hall is undeniably haunting, with its decaying grandeur and air of melancholy. The Phantom Bride story serves as a poignant reminder of the pain and betrayal that can linger long after death. As we leave the shadowy halls of Raynham behind, we prepare to uncover yet another chilling tale, this time from the ancient walls of Dudley Castle, where the Grey Lady awaits to share her sorrowful story. Now we journey to the heart of England, where the ancient ruins of Dudley Castle stand as a testament to centuries of history and hauntings. This medieval fortress, perched high on a hill in the West Midlands, has long been a site of intrigue and tragedy. Among its many ghostly legends, the tale of the Grey Lady is perhaps the most enduring and sorrowful. The Grey Lady is said to be the spirit of Dorothy Beaumont, a young woman who lived during the 17th century. Dorothy's story is one of love, loss, and unimaginable grief. She was deeply devoted to her husband, a soldier who was called away to fight in the English Civil War. While he was away, Dorothy gave birth to their child, but tragedy struck when the infant fell ill and passed away. Overwhelmed by sorrow, Dorothy herself died shortly after, her heartbroken spirit unable to find peace. It is said that she roams the castle, forever searching for her lost child. Visitors to Dudley Castle have reported numerous sightings of the Grey Lady over the years. Her ghostly figure is often seen wandering the castle's ruins, her face etched with sadness and her gown flowing as if caught in an unseen breeze. Some have claimed to hear her soft weeping echoing through the empty halls, a haunting reminder of her eternal sorrow. Others have felt an inexplicable chill in the air, even on the warmest of days, as if her presence lingers just out of sight. Dudley Castle's reputation as one of Britain's most haunted places is further cemented by the Grey Lady's story. The castle's history is steeped in violence and turmoil, from its role in the Civil War to its eventual decline into ruin. This turbulent past seems to have left an indelible mark, with countless visitors and staff members reporting strange occurrences. From unexplained footsteps to sudden drops in temperature, the castle's eerie atmosphere is impossible to ignore. As we leave the shadowy ruins of Dudley Castle behind, the Grey Lady's tale serves as a poignant reminder of the enduring power of love and loss. Her ghostly presence continues to captivate those who visit, drawing them into a story that transcends time. Next, we turn our attention to the windswept shores of Northumberland, where the ghostly monk of Lindisfarne Priory awaits to share his haunting tale. Now, we make our way to the rugged coastline of Northumberland, where the windswept ruins of Lindisfarne Priory hold secrets of both faith and fear. This ancient site, often referred to as the Holy Island, has a history as dramatic as the tides that surround it. Among its many legends, the tale of the ghostly monk stands out as a chilling reminder of the priory's turbulent past. Lindisfarne Priory was founded in the 7th century, a beacon of Christianity in a time of great upheaval. It became a center of learning and spirituality, home to monks who dedicated their lives to prayer and the creation of illuminated manuscripts. But this peaceful existence was shattered in the year 793, when Viking raiders descended upon the island in a brutal attack. The priory was plundered, its treasures stolen, and its monks either slain or taken as captives. It was a devastating blow, one that left the island scarred and its history forever intertwined with violence. The ghostly monk is said to be one of those who perished during the Viking raid. His spirit, unable to find peace, is often seen wandering the ruins of the priory, his robes tattered and his face filled with anguish. Visitors have reported seeing his shadowy figure moving silently among the ancient stones, as if still tending to the sacred grounds he once called home. Some have even claimed to hear the faint sound of chanting, a mournful echo of the prayers that once filled the air. The monk's tragic fate is deeply tied to the priory's history. Legend has it that he was among those who tried to defend the island, but his efforts were in vain. overcome by the invaders, he met a gruesome end, his life cut short in a moment of chaos and terror. Now his ghost is said to linger, a spectral guardian of the ruins, forever bound to the place where he met his untimely demise. Lindisfarne Priory's connection to the Viking raids adds a layer of historical weight to the haunting. The attack on the island marked the beginning of the Viking Age in England, a period of fear and uncertainty. The Priory's ruins stand as a testament to this dark chapter, their crumbling walls a silent witness to the violence that unfolded centuries ago. For those who visit, the atmosphere is undeniably eerie, with the cries of seabirds and the crash of waves against the shore creating a haunting backdrop to the monk's spectral presence. As we leave the wind-swept shores of Lindisfarne, the ghostly monk's story lingers in our minds, a poignant reminder of the fragility of peace and the enduring scars of history. Next, we venture to the rolling hills of Norfolk, where the White Lady of Oxburgh Hall awaits to share her tale of sorrow and mystery. Now, our journey takes us to the serene countryside of Norfolk, where the stately ruins of Oxburgh Hall stand as a testament to centuries of history and heartbreak. This grand estate, with its moat and towering gatehouse, is not only a marvel of medieval architecture, but also the setting for one of England's most enduring ghost stories, the tale of the White Lady. Oxburgh Hall was built in the late 15th century by the Bedingfeld family, who have called this place home for generations. The hall's history is steeped in intrigue, from its role as a refuge for Catholic priests during the Reformation to its survival through centuries of political turmoil. But amidst its storied past, one figure stands out, a spectral woman dressed in white, whose presence has haunted the halls and grounds for centuries. The White Lady is said to be the spirit of a young woman who lived during the Tudor era. Her story is one of love and loss, a tragic tale that has been passed down through generations. According to legend, she fell deeply in love with a man from a rival family, a union that was forbidden due to the bitter feud between their households. Despite the odds, the couple vowed to be together, but their love was doomed from the start. One fateful night, as they attempted to elope, the young woman was betrayed and met a violent end. Her lifeless body was discovered near the hall's moat, and her spirit has lingered ever since, forever searching for the love she was denied. Visitors to Oxburgh Hall have reported numerous sightings of the White Lady over the years. She is often seen gliding through the corridors, her ethereal form illuminated by the moonlight. Some have claimed to hear her soft weeping, a sound that echoes through the empty rooms and sends chills down the spine. Others have described a sudden drop in temperature, as if her presence brings with it a cold, otherworldly energy. The hall's staff and guests alike have shared stories of doors slamming shut on their own, unexplained footsteps, and the feeling of being watched by an unseen presence. Oxburgh Hall's reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity has only grown over time. Paranormal investigators have flocked to the site, hoping to capture evidence of the White Lady's ghostly presence. Many have left with chilling recordings of disembodied voices and unexplained phenomena, adding to the hall's mystique. For those who visit, the experience is both haunting and unforgettable, as the weight of history and tragedy seems to linger in every corner. As we leave the haunting beauty of Oxburgh Hall behind, the story of the White Lady serves as a poignant reminder of the enduring power of love and loss. Her ghostly presence continues to captivate those who walk the halls, a spectral echo of a tale as old as time. Next, we travel to the rugged highlands of Scotland, where the phantom horseman of Tulloch Castle awaits to share his eerie tale. Now we venture into the misty highlands of Scotland, where the ancient ruins of Tulloch Castle rise against the rugged landscape. This imposing fortress, with its stone walls and storied past, is home to one of Scotland's most chilling ghost stories, the tale of the phantom horseman. Tulloch Castle, built in the 12th century, has witnessed centuries of history, from clan battles to royal intrigue. It was once the seat of the powerful Davidson clan, who played a significant role in the region's turbulent past. But beyond its historical significance, the castle is renowned for its spectral resident, a ghostly rider who gallops through the ruins, his presence both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The Phantom Horseman is believed to be the spirit of a nobleman who met a tragic end during a violent feud. According to legend, he was a loyal warrior who fought bravely for his clan but was betrayed by those he trusted most. In a cruel twist of fate, he was ambushed and slain while riding home to his family. His death left a deep scar on the community, and his restless spirit has been seen ever since, eternally riding through the castle grounds as if searching for justice or peace. Visitors to Tulloch Castle have reported eerie encounters with the Phantom Horseman. Many claim to hear the thunderous sound of hooves echoing through the night, even though no horse is in sight. Others have glimpsed the spectral figure, cloaked in shadow, galloping across the ruins before vanishing into thin air. Some have described a chilling sensation, as if the horseman's presence brings with it a wave of sorrow and unease. The castle's staff and guests often speak of strange occurrences, from flickering lights to unexplained cold spots, all attributed to the horseman's restless spirit. Tulloch Castle's reputation as one of Scotland's most haunted sites has drawn paranormal enthusiasts from around the world. Investigations have yielded spine-tingling evidence, including recordings of ghostly whispers and photographs of shadowy figures. The Phantom Horseman's story has become a cornerstone of the castle's lore, a haunting reminder of the region's turbulent history and the enduring power of betrayal and loss. As we leave the haunting beauty of Tulloch Castle behind, the tale of the Phantom Horseman lingers in our minds, a spectral echo of a time long past. His ghostly presence serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of loyalty and honor. Next, we journey to the quaint village of Pluckley, where the ghostly children await to share their heartbreaking story. Now we turn our attention to the picturesque village of Pluckley, nestled in the heart of Kent. Known as the most haunted village in England, Pluckley is a place where the past seems to linger in every corner, and its ghostly tales are as numerous as they are chilling. Among these stories, one stands out for its heart-wrenching sorrow: the legend of the ghostly children. Pluckley's haunted reputation is well earned, with over a dozen documented ghostly sightings within its small boundaries. But it is the spectral children who capture the imagination and tug at the heartstrings. These ghostly figures are often seen playing among the ruins of an old mill, their laughter echoing through the air, only to be replaced by sudden, mournful cries. The contrast between their innocent play and the sorrowful wails leaves visitors both captivated and unnerved. The tragic backstory of these children is steeped in local folklore. It is said that they were the victims of a devastating fire that swept through the mill centuries ago. Trapped inside, they perished in the flames, their young lives cut short in a moment of unimaginable terror. Since then, their spirits have been unable to move on, forever bound to the place where they met their untimely end. Some believe their laughter is a reflection of their joy in life, while their cries are a haunting reminder of the tragedy that befell them. Visitors to Pluckley have reported countless eerie encounters with these ghostly children. Many describe hearing the sound of playful laughter, only to turn and find no one there. Others have seen fleeting glimpses of small figures darting among the ruins, their forms shimmering faintly in the twilight. Some have even claimed to feel the brush of tiny hands or the tug of unseen fingers, as if the children are reaching out, seeking connection from beyond the veil. The village itself adds to the atmosphere, with its cobblestone streets, ancient buildings, and air of timeless mystery. Pluckley's reputation as a paranormal hotspot has drawn ghost hunters and curious travelers alike, all hoping to catch a glimpse of its spectral residents. Yet it is the ghostly children who leave the deepest impression, their story a poignant reminder of lives lost too soon and the enduring power of memory. As we prepare to leave Pluckley behind, the echoes of laughter and cries linger in our minds, a haunting melody of joy and sorrow intertwined. Next, we journey to the grand halls of Arundel Castle, where the lady in white awaits to share her tale of love, loss, and eternal longing. Now we step into the storied halls of Arundel Castle, a majestic fortress that has stood proudly in West Sussex for centuries. Known for its grandeur and historical significance, Arundel Castle is also home to one of England's most enduring ghostly legends, the Lady in White. Her spectral presence has been a source of fascination and fear, her story woven into the very fabric of the castle's long and turbulent history. Arundel Castle, with its towering battlements and sprawling grounds, has been the seat of the Howard family for generations. This noble family, the Dukes of Norfolk, has played a pivotal role in England's history, and their ancestral home reflects their power and influence. Yet, amidst the grandeur lies a tale of sorrow, one that has left an indelible mark on the castle's legacy. The Lady in White, as she is known, is said to be the spirit of a young woman whose life ended in tragedy, her heartbroken soul forever bound to the place she once called home. The story of the Lady in White is steeped in mystery and heartache. According to legend, she was a member of the Howard family, deeply in love with a man who was deemed unsuitable by her noble relatives. Forbidden from marrying him, she was forced into a union with another, a match arranged to secure political alliances and family prestige. Devastated by the loss of her true love, she is said to have wandered the castle's halls in despair, her grief consuming her until her untimely death. Some versions of the tale suggest she took her own life, while others claim she died of a broken heart. Whatever the truth, her spirit has never found peace. Over the centuries, countless visitors and staff at Arundel Castle have reported eerie encounters with the Lady in White. Her apparition is often seen gliding silently through the castle's corridors, her flowing white gown trailing behind her. Witnesses describe her as a figure of ethereal beauty, her face pale and sorrowful, her eyes filled with an unspoken longing. Some have heard the faint sound of her weeping, a mournful echo that seems to emanate from the very walls of the castle. Others have felt an inexplicable chill in the air, as if her presence brings with it a touch of the otherworldly. The Lady in White is most frequently sighted in the castle's library and the grand staterooms, areas that were once the heart of the Howard family's daily life. It is said that she lingers in these spaces, perhaps searching for the love she lost or reliving the moments of her tragic past. Her ghostly presence has become so well known that Arundel Castle is now considered one of the most haunted sites in England, drawing paranormal enthusiasts and history buffs alike. As we leave the haunting beauty of Arundel Castle behind, the image of the Lady in White lingers in our minds, a poignant reminder of love lost and the enduring power of the human spirit. Next, we journey to the windswept ruins of Culzean Castle, where the mournful notes of the phantom piper echo through the halls, carrying with them a tale of betrayal and sorrow. Now we turn our gaze to the rugged cliffs of Scotland, where the haunting ruins of Culzean Castle stand as a testament to centuries of history and mystery. Perched dramatically above the crashing waves of the Firth of Clyde, this castle is not only a marvel of architecture, but also the stage for one of Scotland's most chilling ghost stories, the tale of the Phantom Piper. Culzean Castle, with its sweeping views and intricate design, was once the ancestral home of the Kennedy family, a powerful clan with deep roots in Scottish history. Built in the late 18th century, the castle was designed to impress, its grandeur reflecting the family's wealth and influence. Yet, beneath its opulent facade lies a darker tale, one that has echoed through the halls for generations. The legend of the Phantom Piper begins with a young musician, a piper of great skill and renown who served the Kennedy family. His music was said to be so enchanting that it could soothe even the most troubled soul. But his fate took a tragic turn when he was tasked with exploring a secret tunnel that ran beneath the castle. The tunnel, rumored to lead to the nearby village, was a place of mystery and danger, its depths uncharted and its purpose unknown. The piper, armed with his bagpipes and a lantern, ventured into the tunnel, his music echoing through the passage as a way to signal his progress. but as he delved deeper, the music suddenly stopped. Search parties were sent to find him, but no trace of the piper was ever discovered. The tunnel, it seemed, had claimed him, leaving behind only the faint echoes of his final notes. To this day, visitors to Culzean Castle report hearing the distant strains of bagpipes, the mournful tunes drifting through the ruins as if carried by the wind. The music is said to be most audible near the cliffside, where the tunnel is believed to have once opened to the sea. Some claim the piper's ghost still roams the castle grounds, his spirit forever searching for a way out of the darkness that claimed him. Culzean Castle's reputation as one of Scotland's most haunted sites is further cemented by these eerie encounters. The Phantom Piper's story has become a cornerstone of the castle's lore, drawing ghost hunters and curious travelers from around the world. The combination of its stunning location, rich history, and spectral legends makes Culzean a place where the past feels alive, and the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. As we leave the wind-swept cliffs of Culzean behind, the haunting melody of the Phantom Piper lingers in our thoughts, a reminder of the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows of history. Next, we journey to the quiet countryside of Gloucestershire, where the ruins of Woodchester Mansion hold the chilling tale of the ghostly nun, a spectral figure whose presence has left an indelible mark on the site's storied past. Now we step into the serene yet eerie countryside of Gloucestershire, where the crumbling ruins of Woodchester Mansion stand as a haunting reminder of a past steeped in mystery and sorrow. This unfinished Gothic masterpiece, abandoned in the mid-19th century, is not only a marvel of architectural ambition, but also the setting for one of England's most spine-chilling ghost stories, the tale of the ghostly nun. Woodchester Mansion's history is as enigmatic as its ghostly inhabitant. Construction on the mansion began in the mid-1800s, intended to be a grand family home for the wealthy Lee family. However, the project was abruptly halted, leaving the mansion incomplete and shrouded in speculation. Some say financial troubles forced the family to abandon their plans, while others whisper of darker reasons tied to the tragic events that unfolded within its walls. At the heart of the mansion's haunting is the story of a young nun who lived during the time of its construction. According to legend, she fell deeply in love with a stonemason working on the mansion. Their forbidden romance, however, ended in tragedy when the nun was discovered and punished for breaking her vows. Her spirit, unable to find peace, is said to linger within the mansion's unfinished halls, her mournful presence felt by those who dare to explore its ruins. Visitors and paranormal investigators alike have reported numerous sightings of the ghostly nun. Her apparition is often described as a shadowy figure dressed in flowing robes, gliding silently through the mansion's corridors. Some have claimed to hear the soft rustle of her garments or the faint sound of weeping echoing through the empty rooms. These encounters are most frequent in the mansion's chapel, where her spirit seems to return, perhaps seeking solace or redemption. The mansion has become a hotspot for paranormal investigations, with teams from around the world attempting to uncover the truth behind the ghostly nun's haunting. Many have captured eerie phenomena on camera, from unexplained shadows to sudden drops in temperature. Some investigators have even reported hearing disembodied whispers, believed to be the nun's voice, pleading for release from her eternal torment. Woodchester Mansion's combination of architectural intrigue and spectral legends makes it a magnet for those fascinated by the supernatural. The ghostly nun story, with its themes of love, loss, and unfulfilled destiny, adds a deeply human element to the mansion's haunting, reminding us that the past is never truly buried. As we leave the shadowy halls of Woodchester behind, the lingering presence of the ghostly nun serves as a poignant reminder of the stories that echo through time. Next, we travel to the historic grounds of Blickling Hall in Norfolk, where the tale of the Headless Lady awaits, a ghostly figure whose tragic fate has left an indelible mark on the estate's storied past. Now we journey to the historic grounds of Blickling Hall in Norfolk, where the chilling tale of the Headless Lady unfolds. This grand estate, with its stunning Jacobean architecture and sprawling gardens, holds a dark secret that has haunted its halls for centuries. The story of the Headless Lady is one of betrayal, tragedy, and a restless spirit that refuses to be forgotten. Blickling Hall's history is as rich as it is somber. Built in the early 17th century on the site of an earlier medieval manor, the hall has been home to some of England's most prominent families, including the Boleyns. It is widely believed that Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII, was born here. While Anne's ghost is said to haunt the nearby Hever Castle, Blickling Hall is home to another spectral figure whose story is equally tragic, the Headless Lady. Legend has it that the Headless Lady was once a noblewoman who lived during the turbulent times of the English Civil War. Her name has been lost to history, but her fate remains etched in the annals of Blickling's haunted past. Accused of treason and adultery, she was sentenced to death by beheading. Her final moments were marked by despair and defiance as she reportedly cursed the hall and vowed to return. True to her word, her ghost has been seen wandering the estate, her headless form a grim reminder of her untimely end. Visitors to Blickling Hall have reported numerous eerie encounters with the Headless Lady. Her apparition is often described as a figure draped in a flowing gown, her headless silhouette gliding silently through the corridors and gardens. Some have claimed to hear the faint sound of footsteps or the rustle of fabric, only to turn and find no one there. Others have felt an inexplicable chill in the air, even on the warmest of days, as if her presence lingers just out of sight. The hall's long gallery, with its ornate ceilings and grand windows, is said to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. Many have reported seeing the Headless Lady standing at the far end of the gallery, her spectral form bathed in an otherworldly light. Others have felt an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair, as if the weight of her tragic story still permeates the air. Blickling Hall's reputation as a paranormal hotspot has drawn ghost hunters and curious visitors from around the world. Paranormal investigations have captured strange phenomena, from unexplained shadows to sudden drops in temperature. Some have even claimed to hear faint whispers, believed to be the voice of the Headless Lady, pleading for justice or perhaps seeking peace. The story of the Headless Lady adds a layer of mystery and melancholy to Blickling Hall's already storied past. Her haunting serves as a poignant reminder of the human stories that linger within these ancient walls, stories of love, betrayal, and the enduring quest for redemption. As we leave the shadowy grounds of Blickling behind, we prepare to uncover the final tale in our journey, the haunting of Bodelwyddan Castle in Wales, where the White Lady's ghostly presence continues to captivate and terrify. As we step into the final chapter of our journey through medieval ghost stories, we find ourselves in the misty hills of Wales, where the haunting tale of the White Lady of Bodelwyddan Castle awaits. This grand castle, with its striking architecture and storied past, is home to one of the most enduring and chilling legends in Welsh folklore. The White Lady's spectral presence has captivated visitors for generations, her story a blend of tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural. Bodelwyddan Castle, nestled in the heart of Denbighshire, has a history that stretches back to the 15th century. Originally built as a fortified manor, it was later transformed into a lavish country house by the Williams family, who played a significant role in shaping its legacy. The Williams family, known for their influence and wealth, left an indelible mark on the castle, but it is the tale of the White Lady that has cemented its place in the annals of haunted history. The White Lady is said to be the spirit of a young woman who lived during the castle's heyday. Her name has been lost to time, but her story remains etched in the memories of those who have encountered her ghostly form. According to legend, she was deeply in love with a man from a rival family, a romance that was forbidden due to the bitter feud between their households. When their secret relationship was discovered, tragedy struck. The young woman was imprisoned within the castle, her heartbroken lover unable to save her. Overcome with despair, she took her own life, and her spirit has lingered ever since, forever searching for the love she lost. Visitors to Bodelwooden Castle have reported numerous eerie encounters with the White Lady. Her apparition is often described as a figure in a flowing white gown, her face pale and sorrowful, her movements graceful yet haunting. She is most frequently seen in the castle's grand hall and along its shadowy corridors, her presence accompanied by an inexplicable chill and a sense of profound sadness. Some have claimed to hear faint whispers or the sound of soft weeping, as if her grief still echoes through the centuries. The castle's connection to the Williams family adds another layer of intrigue to the legend. It is said that the White Lady's tragic fate was a turning point in the family's history, a reminder of the consequences of pride and division. Her ghostly presence serves as a poignant symbol of the human cost of conflict, her story a timeless reminder of love's power and pain. Bodelwooden Castle's reputation as a paranormal hotspot has drawn ghost hunters and curious visitors from far and wide. Paranormal investigations have captured strange phenomena, from unexplained lights to sudden drops in temperature, all believed to be linked to the White Lady's restless spirit. Her haunting has become an integral part of the castle's identity, a tale that continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore its ancient halls. As we conclude our journey through these 25 medieval ghost stories, the tale of the White Lady of Bodelwooden Castle serves as a fitting finale. Her story, like so many others, reminds us that the past is never truly gone. The echoes of these haunting tales linger in the ruins, their spirits a testament to the enduring power of history, love, and loss. Thank you for joining us on this eerie adventure. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling tales from the past. Until next time, stay curious and perhaps keep a light on. As we draw the curtain on our journey through these 25 medieval ghost stories, it's impossible not to feel the weight of history pressing in around us. Each tale, from the mournful chants of the phantom monk of Whitby Abbey to the sorrowful whispers of the White Lady of Bodelwooden Castle, carries with it a haunting reminder of the lives and loves that once filled these now ruined spaces. These stories are more than just legends, they are echoes of the past, reverberating through time, reminding us that the walls of these ancient structures hold secrets that refuse to be forgotten. What makes these ghost stories so enduring? Perhaps it's the way they intertwine history with mystery, blending the tangible remnants of medieval life with the intangible presence of the supernatural. These tales are not just about ghosts, they are about the people who lived, loved, and lost within these walls. They are about the human experiences of betrayal, heartbreak, and tragedy, emotions so powerful that they seem to have left an imprint on the very stones of these ruins. It's this connection to our shared humanity that keeps us coming back, eager to uncover the stories behind the shadows. The eerie atmosphere of these haunted ruins adds another layer to their allure. Whether it's the chilling silence of a crumbling abbey or the sudden cold that sweeps through a castle corridor, these places seem to hold a presence that defies explanation. For centuries, visitors have reported encounters with spectral figures, unexplained sounds, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. These experiences, whether real or imagined, remind us that the past is never truly gone. It lingers, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to listen. As we reflect on these stories, we invite you to share your own experiences. Have you ever visited one of these haunted ruins? Have you felt the presence of something otherworldly or heard a whisper that sent shivers down your spine? Let us know in the comments below. Your stories might just be the next chapter in this ongoing exploration of the supernatural. Before we part ways, let's take a moment to remember that the past is always with us. The ruins we've explored today are more than just crumbling stones. They are portals to another time, places where history and mystery collide. The echoes of these ghost stories still linger, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover their secrets. So as you go about your day, remember, the past is never truly gone. It's out there in the ruins, in the whispers, and in the shadows waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this eerie adventure through medieval ghost stories. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling tales from the past. Until next time, stay curious and maybe keep a light on. The past is closer than you think.